Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for watching and for subscribing. And if you're just visiting, please consider subscribing. So today we're going to do one of my testing videos where I test new fragrances. But this one is different because I'm going to dedicate it to one entire house. And it's a new house called Marsté. I'm sure many of you have heard about it. I think it launched towards the end of last year. And it's a house created by Marlena Stell. Hopefully I'm pronouncing her name correctly. She used to have a makeup company, Makeup Geek. She has a very successful YouTube channel. I was so excited and so curious when she launched a fragrance house. She has been talking about fragrances a lot more in recent years. And so I was really curious to see what is it that she came up with, I will put this disclaimer out there right away. I have been a fan of Marlena for a long time. I don't watch every one of her videos, but I have been subscribed for a long time and I have watched her for a long time. I've purchased once or twice from her makeup company before. But even more than that, I relate to her so much on a personal level. I relate to so many issues that she has spoken about, and she has spoken about them very openly and honestly. And I have such huge respect for her for that, for not being afraid to speak up about things that she believes in strongly, So I really, really relate to her on so many of the topics that she has spoken about. But having said all of that, you know how things are done around here. I'm going to talk about fragrances honestly. If I like them, I like them. If I don't like them, I don't like them, regardless of how I feel and what I think about Marlena. And like I said, I have huge, huge respect to her and I really relate to her on so many things. Fragrances are fragrances, these are products and I might like them, I might not. So anyways, let's dive into these fragrances. There are 6 fragrances. She came out with 6, there are 3 that are kind of essences, centered around one note. I think they're maybe meant to be layered. I'm not really all that much into layering, so I will be talking about them as individual fragrances. And then there are 3 other just, standard fragrances. Now, let me start with this. When she came out with these fragrances, and I heard right away that she has a discovery set, I thought, oh, fantastic. I'm going to order the discovery set. I'm going to test them and see what I think about them if I want to purchase any full bottles, I went on her website almost immediately after she launched them, like in the first few days. And I was like, okay, I think it's around 40 Canadian dollars. The discovery said, okay, add to cart, go check out. And I get to the shipping and shipping to Canada, this little discovery set is 40 or 40 plus dollars. Now, all of my prices are in Canadian dollars, please keep in mind. So essentially, I will be paying double for this discovery set. It will cost me 80 plus dollars for 6 samples. Well, no, I did not make a purchase. This is not reasonable in my mind. I thought, no, I cannot do that. So I guess I can test them and, I kind of left it at that. Then recently, I was able to get samples from someone locally, someone who had the bottles and was selling samples. And so I thought, okay, well, now I can finally test them out. So that's what we're going to do today. Let me start with, let's start with the 3 regular fragrances and then we'll go into essences. Okay, so the first one is Jardin du Luxembourg. And again, if I'm mispronouncing, I'm sorry. As always, let's look at the notes. We have green mandarin, rhubarb, basil, neroli, lilac, petitgrain, clove, ambrette, cedar, and musk. Okay. I don't really know what to think about this one. What do I get here? I actually get a lot of basil. This is what strikes my nose immediately. Overall, it strikes me as a very green scent, like basil, maybe petitgrain. I would have thought there was something else that's green in here, like maybe rhubarb, but it's super, I don't know, green, unsweetened type of rhubarb. I don't get any freshness from mandarin. Well, it says green mandarin, so I don't know. Is that different from regular mandarin? Maybe. But it just feels very, very green, but more in a herbal way than in fresh way, like citrusy way. Yeah, that's really mostly what I'm getting. A little bit of ambrette, a little bit of woodiness in the base. Yes. You know, lilac, I only get lilac like in a very deep dry down. Like when I tested this fragrance at first, I was like, oh, I don't get lilac at all. But in a deep dry down is where the lilac comes out. Yeah, that only happens after a number of hours. So yeah, that's basically what it is. The fragrance is definitely not off-putting in any way, but it is also not for me at all. I do not enjoy these types of fragrances. I do not gravitate towards these types of fragrances. So this one is a no for me. Okay, second one. And this one, you know what? I'm not even gonna attempt to pronounce it. I'm sorry. I have no idea how to pronounce it. So you're seeing a picture and a name on your screen. I'm sorry. French is not my friend at all. So this one has grapefruit, cardamom, juniper berry, jasmine, orange blossom, pear, cedarwood, honey, and musk. This one is really interesting. You know, I'm not even sure exactly what I'm getting here. Definitely a little bit of honey, but it's very light. It's not super sweet. Some florals, yes, although I'm not able to, you know, really pick out jasmine or orange blossom. No, I don't know what kind of florals I'm getting here, but a bit of florals. Some spiciness. Something kind of, I don't know, green, woody, aromatic. I don't know what is the right way to describe juniper berry, but something coming from that direction, you know? Again, there is grapefruit in here, but I'm not getting freshness. No freshness in this one either. Yeah, and that's basically what it is. It's kind of, in a way, slightly honeyed florals with some green aromatic touches. Yeah, something like that. Now, I definitely like it more than the first one, but again, it's nothing exciting to me. It's nothing interesting. It's nothing that I would want in my collection. So I have to say no to this one as well. And that brings us to the third in her like standard line of fragrances, I guess. And this is Une Nuit Parisienne, something like that. So the notes in this one definitely look the most interesting out of the three. We have plum, masala chai, hazelnut, benzoin, black tea, rose, sandalwood, labdanum, vanilla, and musk. Ooh, I'm really excited about these notes. And this is definitely an ambery scent. Very, very ambery. Spicy. Yes, I can get labdanum for sure. Rose, not so much. Maybe very light, nutty touches. So hazelnut, I can see that. And like, very spicy tea. Is that what masala tea is? Masala chai? I don't know. I've never tried it. I have no idea how it smells, but perhaps That's what it is, because it's like I'm getting very, very spicy tea, like something like maybe some kind of like Indian tea or something, but very spicy. So this is very much kind of resinous ambery scent with some vanilla and some spices. Wish the amber was a little bit sweeter, a little bit warmer. I wish perhaps the spiciness was just a little bit toned down, a little bit. So I definitely think that this is the best out of the three in the regular line. You know, again, this is all based on my personal taste. Please keep in mind. Do I want a full bottle? I still don't want a full bottle. This is not exactly the type of amber that I like. But it's nice, you know, if you're looking for a kind of deeper, spicier amber that's a little bit sweet, but not too sweet, that doesn't really go in any fruity direction. Like, I think this is right in the middle of being unisex. You know, this is not masculine, this is not feminine, this is right there in the middle, I think. So it's a nice scent. It's my favorite out of the three, but for me personally, it is still a no. All right, so now let's go to the three essences. The first one is Essence Mandarin. So obviously it's a fragrance about this note. So these ones are much simpler, you know, they don't have a lot of the notes. And here we have green mandarin, amberette, ginger, lime, and tangerine leaves. And you know what? This smells exactly how the notes suggest it would smell. Green mandarin, yes, it's very green. It's not sweet type of mandarin. It definitely has some like leafiness to it. So like tangerine leaves, whatever leaves there are, I get that. I get that leafy greenness in here. Definitely a very fresh, like lime, I get it. Not so much ginger, but more like I get a sour citrus in here. But definitely it's about mandarin. Very fresh, very green type of mandarin. Very green mandarin. I think it's very nice. If somebody is looking for something like this, like, and really I think this would be best suited for layering, honestly. Like, I think it's a little bit too straightforward and too simple to wear on its own, perhaps. Although you could, you know, this kind of reminds me of Molecular One plus Mandarin. Kind of similar to that. That one is a bit sweeter. The Mandarin is a bit sweeter. Here it's really greener and more sour. But overall, you know, these two fragrances kind of remind me of one another. It's pleasant. If you're looking for something like this, it's nice. For me, again, I'm sorry, this is a no. Second one of the essences is done around the note of sandalwood. It's Essence Santal. And again, the notes are pretty simple. Sandalwood, cardamom, nutmeg, orris, and musk. This one, you know, on the initial spray, I love the opening. The opening is such a beautiful, creamy, sweet sandalwood with some orris. Gorgeous. I really thought this was a winner. However, it really changes in a dry down. I get so much musk. Actually, for me, musk overpowers this fragrance. And together with these spices, it becomes kind of soapy, and it becomes kind of not the most pleasant scent. And this creamy, sweet sandalwood kind of disappears completely, you know, like it really becomes about musk, soapiness, and some spices. So the opening of this fragrance is gorgeous, but the dry down, I'm not a fan of at all. Yeah, I really, it's not for me. It's not pleasant for me at all. This is not something I want to smell. And obviously, this is not something that I can recommend either. And that brings us to Essence Vanille, of course. And, you know, let me tell you right away, you might think that I was most excited about this one, but in reality, I was most skeptical about this one because vanilla is my favorite note. I've tried so many vanilla fragrances. I'm so critical about vanilla. And especially like these, you know, sort of straightforward vanilla scents, like we've seen so many, like Escapade Gourmand, you know, and all the others. I'm bored with the scent profile. I'm not interested in that scent profile. That is just not what I'm enjoying these days. And so I was very, very skeptical about Essence Vanille. I kind of prepared myself that it's going to be one of those, you know, that we've smelled so many times and that I wasn't going to like it. So the notes are here, vanilla, coriander, and lime. And let me tell you, this, this is a stunner. This is a stunner. And it is a unique vanilla. In my opinion, it is unique. It does not smell like Escapade Gourmand or Fire at Will, or like, you know, a bunch of other fragrances that are like this, or Tijota, you know, those kind of musky, straightforward vanilla scents. This does not smell like it at all. This is so, so gorgeous. I don't even know how to describe it. Like, it's a very creamy, smooth, sweet, but at the same time, fresh vanilla. And even though there is like what a lime in here or whatever, you might think, oh, is it similar to like Lear or something like that? No, it is not. It doesn't smell like that. Like there is some freshness, but it's very subdued kind of freshness. The best comparison that I can make here is that vanillic quality in this one reminds me to the vanillic quality in Unknown Pleasures from Kerosene. Like it goes into that kind of condensed milk territory. Now, overall, the fragrances are different. Let me make it clear. They are different, but it's the vanillic quality that is similar. And so no wonder that I love this one because, you know, Unknown Pleasures, you know how much I love it. And this, wow, this is so good and so unique. It is not a complex scent. Let me be clear. It's not complex at all, but fragrances don't always have to be complex, you know? Gorgeous, stunning, amazing. I love, love, love this one. Love it. You know, these days, fragrances truly impress me so rarely, you know? And you know, it happens so rarely that like I test something and I feel like I need to purchase this right away. Like I need this in my collection. I'm going, adding to cart and checking out. It happens very rarely these days. But I love this one so much that I immediately went to the website and I thought, okay, I gotta look, I gotta see how much it is. I gotta get this fragrance, you know, kind of ignoring the shipping issue that I had with samples because I thought, okay, maybe it's because it's samples. Maybe during the time when it was launched, you know, Canada Post was on strike. So maybe shipping kind of went up. I was just being really naive. And I went to the website, I looked, the price of the fragrance is, I think, 137 Canadian dollars. I'm like, this is so reasonable. Add to cart. Again, I go through the checkout and I get to shipping. Let me put some numbers here to make it very clear. So again, this is in Canadian dollars. The price of the fragrance is $137. Then I have to pay taxes on top of that, which are $17. Okay, no problem. Then I have to pay shipping. That is $85. $85. So the total price of the fragrance of this purchase is over $100 more than the actual fragrance. What? I'm sorry. I mean, with all due respect, but to me, this is on the outrageous side. This is completely on the outrageous side. And it is so, so disappointing. So disappointing. I mean, I've purchased from Makeup Geek in the past. There were never any issues with shipping charges. They were very reasonable. I don't remember how much exactly, but I purchased, meaning they were reasonable. Like, what? For me personally, you know, I would rather it said, you know, shipping to Canada is unavailable. If you can't provide reasonable shipping, in my mind, say that it's unavailable. But to see these numbers, I'm sorry. With all due respect again, no, no, no way. So this in no way takes away from the beauty of this fragrance. This is a fantastic fragrance, fantastic. You know, getting all of these, because in all honesty, all the other ones are a no for me. It was worth getting these samples. It was worth trying them because I think Essence Vanille is fantastic. It is so gorgeous. To me, it is so gorgeous. And if the shipping was reasonable, I would purchase it in a heartbeat. I still recommend it to those of you that can purchase it reasonably. For me, no. No way, no. I'm not paying this kind of shipping. So I will not have a full bottle, even though I would love to have it. I think it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. There are so many people in Canada that would love these fragrances. There are so many fragrance enthusiasts and collectors here. Like, but I can't imagine. I can't imagine that many people in Canada would be okay with this kind of shipping charge. Now, I don't know how much shipping is to other parts of the world. I have no idea. I didn't look, you know, but yeah. Here we go. This is where it is. So, you know, interesting new house. Congratulations to Marlena. I think it's fantastic that, you know, that she took on this new endeavor. I wish her all the best. I hope she expands her line, you know, and I really hope that she makes it more available and accessible to the rest of the world as well. So there you go. The one that I would recommend strongly again is Essence Vanille. I think it's incredible. You know, but there you go. I will not be purchasing it because I can't. I simply can't. Anyways, let me know, what are your thoughts about this house? Have you heard about it? Have you tried it? Do you have any favorites? Thank you for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up, to subscribe, and to comment. And I will see you soon in the next one. Bye.